The story that I give you now, although heartfelt, is not about me. There is a reason, there is a purpose behind this story that I'll move into. Well, although this message now is not that long, I think it'll have a great impact on you. I want to go right back to when I was in grade 5, about 10 years old. In the classroom was Tracy. Tracy was, well, considered, I guess, the ugly duckling. She had no friends, she sat alone. She would arrive to school not dressed in a nice uniform, but wrinkled and, well, clearly there was something going on at home. Also in the classroom was a boy. His name was Dean, and he was the popular one. He was good at sport, he had friends with him all the time. And on this one particular day, as I was walking past the sandpit, I noticed Dean had made something of a sandcastle. And there was Tracy, and I didn't really pay any attention until I heard him say, "Tracy, if you can smash this sandcastle with your fist, I'll be your best friend." Well, that got my attention. Why would he, the popular one, want to be the best friend of the ugly duckling? Terrible way to put it, isn't it? But hopefully you get the point. The one that was the most unpopular. And so I stopped to see what was going to happen. Now, there were some other children that were looking around as well, and Dean's friends were all there. Well, as she began to raise her hand up, what none of us knew, as he again said, "Tracy, if you can smash this with your fist, I'll be your best friend." Well, what we didn't know was he had a pencil sitting upright in the middle of this sandcastle. Well, as she lowered her fist down and smashed the sandcastle, the pencil went right through her hand. Well, I had no control. I just saw red. I was so angry. I raised my fist and I punched that boy in the face, and he went flying down to the ground. Now, I'm not advocating violence, okay, so please don't write to me. But at that age, at that time, I was so angry. I picked little Tracy up in my arms and I ran as quick as I could to the classroom where there were medical supplies, and I screamed out to a teacher, "Help me, help me." Picked this little girl up who was also screaming, pencil still there. And as I sat there with Tracy and the teacher slash nurse, I don't think she was a nurse, but she was there helping, I grabbed her by the hand, the other hand, and I said, "Tracy, I'll be your best friend. I'll be your best friend, Tracy." Well, she wasn't paying a lot of attention to me at that time. She had a couple of days off school, maybe a few days. She came back and I saw her walk in to the school area, and I ran over to her and I said, "Tracy, how's your hand? And I really will be your best friend." Well, to me, it was defending innocence. What I'm wanting to talk to you about now is what you defend. That what you defend says more about you than just about anything else. As time went by, Tracy and I would sit together during the lunch break, and I'd share my lunch with her. She never came to school with very much, and she would give me a hug, and I'd walk into school and she'd run over to me, and the other children would wonder, "Come on, what are you hanging around this," let me say it again, ugly duckling for? It was about a year and a half later, and my mother was moving. We were going to move away and I just had to go to another school. And I went to Tracy. I said, Tracy, I've got to leave the school. Well, she threw her arms around me and she said, Chris, you've really been my best friend. You defended me. I said, I didn't stop Dean from doing what he did. She said, no, but I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you. Well, Dean never went near her again, to my knowledge. And I was thinking about it this week, about what we defend, how we defend our mind, what we believe, how we defend the truth. In Philippians, Paul writes, knowing that I am appointed, you and I, Paul was appointed, so are we, appointed for the defense of the gospel of truth, to defend the truth, to defend the unborn, to defend our family, to defend marriage, to defend our church, to defend what is good, to have a defense for what we believe. Now, once again, that story I gave you, not about me. And I'm sure many of you have various stories where you've needed to defend someone. Peter defended Jesus, didn't he? He defended him in a way that Jesus would bring correction to. Peter used his sword and sliced a man's ear off. Jesus defended the truth and performed a miracle right there and then. You know, how we defend, what we defend, to defend our state of mind, to defend our family in the right way, to learn how to defend. And remember, as I said before, what we defend says more about us than just about anything else. To defend the joy of the Lord, to wake up in the morning and say, Lord, this is the day that you have made, to defend what we believe, that if we believe it, let us defend it. I've been thinking a lot lately about what the church can do around the world with all this craziness going on. Well, I think what we can do is be the church and defend what we truly believe in the right way, to defend the gospel, to defend the peace and the harmony in our home, to defend what is good in my life, not to expose myself to those things that can tear me down, but to stand, and in standing, to defend the truth. I hope this little message has meant something to you, that you might guard, defend what is good, the unity of your family. If you have disunity, to begin to defend what will work in order to bring what you're looking for, what you're praying for. Defend your church. Defend the truth about the church. The church was created by God for good reason. In my opinion, the church is really the only good answer for this world, because we preach the good news and it's about Jesus. Hey? We can defend the troubles in our life. We can defend our, what we might call our hard luck story, all the things that went wrong. We can defend trauma, bad memories. Well, or we can say, well, that was then. This is now. And I'm going to defend my peace of mind and my maturity in God. I'm going to defend what is good, to think above and not beneath. So I pray that this brief message may have impacted you, spoken to you, and that you might defend what is good. God bless.